guys using. Okay, so this is where I'll be staying for a few weeks, and as you can see, it's a pretty nice view over there. Let me give you guys a tour of this place where I'm staying. So this is the kitchen. It's pretty small, but has everything that you need. This is the dining area with laundry machines here, and on top of that are some of the snacks that we have. Over here is the living room. It also has a cool fireplace for the winters when it gets colder. And then that's the hallway to the bathroom and the one bedroom. So yeah, that's a quick tour. This is where I'll be staying. I'm here at Lake Tahoe. The reason why I got this place was to fully embrace remote work because I have the flexibility to work from anywhere. And so why not, take advantage of that and just make the most out of it. And another reason is to focus on my well-being because work can be kind of stressful. So being out in nature and changing up the scenery on where I do work helps me mentally and just be in the right place. Considering all that, I just thought it would be a good reason for me to travel and explore while I still can, working as a remote software engineer. And so yeah, I just want to really lean into traveling and exploring new places. And so yeah, this is where I'll be staying for a little while. For those who are new here, hi, I'm Andrew. I'm a remote software engineer based out of San Francisco. I recently decided to really embrace remote work and the flexibility that it has. And so that's the reason why I'm here at Lake Tahoe, really exploring nature and making the most out of it. Since working remotely in tech for over 3 years now, I learned a few things while adjusting to the remote work life. For a while, I didn't have much structure in my day and the day would quickly pass by. So to fix this, I listed out a few of my goals and structured my day around those goals. For example, with the goal of staying fit, I found that working out in the morning was a good spot in my schedule. And whether I'm staying over here at Lake Tahoe or at home, I try my best to stick to the same routine like my morning workouts because it helps me become more productive throughout the day. I've also been experimenting with this new technique to try maximizing my output. It involves working with my energy levels instead of against it. So after my morning routine and a cup of coffee, that's when I'm most alert and it makes it a good time for deep work like coding, reviewing PRs, or writing tech documents. By the time afternoon rolls around and my focus starts to dip, that's when I would shift to lighter work. I'm still trying this out to see if it makes a big difference in terms of how much I can get done, but overall the concept makes sense matching the work I'll be doing with the energy levels throughout the day. Okay, so something unique about our team is that we have stand-up 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The retro ritual is usually, every 2 weeks after the sprint ends, but we only have our retros once a month just to save some time and to be more productive during those retros. And so I've been on, teams that really strictly follow the Scrum and Agile way of sprints and retros and all the rituals that come with that. But with this team, it's been pretty flexible and pretty unique, which I think I like a little bit more. So I only have 2 more meetings, then I'll have lunch and I'll go out for a little bit. And later in the video, I'll show you guys where I'm at with my Pomodoro application. It's basically a Chrome extension that I'm building using Vue.js, which is a JavaScript framework. And I'm pretty new to it still, so I'm learning as I go, but stay tuned for that. So what's unique about this spot is that there's such a low barrier to just be outside in nature. So that's where I'm staying at. And this is the closest trail. So yeah, it's definitely going to be nice to just, take a break from work and just walk on this trail and relax and reset my mind. This is definitely a special spot to be at. And it's also a good way for me to get my steps in. So I got an Amazon package delivered here. It says it's in the mailbox, but I really don't know where that's at. Finally found it after looking around. Sandals, and then a manual coffee grinder as well. Today was one of those days where I just spent most of my time reading documentation and planning and make sure that we have everything that we need to build out the features. It can be pretty tiring just reading documentation and trying to absorb new material and trying to learn new architecture and just new technologies that's going around. And it's something you just have to get used to. So now it's time to explore more of Lake Tahoe, and I think we're gonna go to a farmer's market and see what's over there. Okay, so before I call it a day today, I wanted to share with you guys the progress of my Pomodoro Chrome extension. I haven't been making too much progress on the Pomodoro application because I've been trying to find some inspiration to design the application the way that I want it to be. It's usually with a timer and a start, stop, and pause button. So what I wanted to do is really enhance that and make it really customizable so that you can really customize your focus sessions as well as your break times and try to make it more visually appealing, but doesn't take away from the actual functionality of it. So what I've been doing is using Figma to help design the application on how it's going to look like. So what I've been mainly focused on was what happens when you press the start button here to start your focus sessions. And so to the right of it, I have two different styles on how it may look like after you click start. The first one that just came to mind was like a progress bar. So this progress bar will keep filling up here as the timer counts down. At the bottom here is the current focus session. So the first focus session, 25 minutes of focus time and a 5-minute break. There's the pause and stop buttons here, as well as the next sessions that are coming up. And in this mockup, instead of the progress bar, I made the entire, view as a progress bar. That way it's visually more appealing to see that you're making progress as indicated as like the entire view. So right now I've been thinking of ways to, show progress as the counter counts down from your focus time or your break time. So that's an update on my Pomodoro application as a Chrome extension. I started coding a little bit just to familiarize myself with Vue.js, but I haven't really made too much coding progress because I really want to focus on the design first, on how it looks like based on, the buttons you press, the focus sessions you create, what happens when you pause, what happens when you stop. So I'll be spending a lot more time designing and just focusing on how the app flows. And in future videos, I'll share with you guys how I start coding it and the progress I make through code. Also sharing with you guys some code examples. That's going to be it for this video. I'm just going to wind down for the evening. Had a long day today, but making some progress slowly. And I hope you guys tune in as I try to balance work and life as well as work on my own personal projects. So stay tuned for all that. I hope you learned something and I'll see you in the next video.